active yoga as well as a little bit of pranayama. So feel free to get ready by coming to a comfortable seat. And I will be with you very, very shortly as this technology glitch works its way through the system. There we go. Alrighty, that looks good. Okay, so good morning, everybody, and apologies there for the delay. I was hoping that things would always be nice and seamless, but I remember that technology gets in the way. Let's arrive in a comfortable seat and just take a moment to settle in, grounded through the sit bones, lengthened through the spine, broad across the collarbones, a slight tuck of the chin towards the chest, and the close down of your eyes. We'll just begin to cultivate a few deep breaths in and out through the nose. Maybe even perhaps opening the mouth and sighing out the breath, just to freshen up your respiratory system if you're like me and practicing very early in the morning in Australia. But nonetheless, that exhale breath out through the mouth can still feel very refreshing and rejuvenating, whether it's in your afternoon or your evening in the time zone that you're connecting with me from. But the breath, the nourishment with the inhale breath through the nostrils is the magic. And then starting to seal your lips and breathe through your nose. And we'll begin our practice this morning with the sound of Om. Om, you're welcome to join with me or let the sound reverberate around you. Bring your hands to your heart space in Namaskar Mudra, chin to chest, with your eyes closed down. Draw a breath of positivity in through the nose to prepare. Start to rub the hands together to create some friction across the palms that cultivates warmth and energy, and you feel that heat starting to develop. And then place the palms over your eyes so that you cover your eyes and absorb the warmth of that friction you've just cultivated with the rubbing of your hands. And then as you start to peel your hands away, blink open your eyes and arrive in your space as we prepare for our first breathwork technique, Nadi Shodhana. So take the index finger and thumb of your left hand to touch with the back of the hand on your left knee, palm facing the ceiling. Take the peace fingers of your right hand to your third eye and use your thumb and ring finger to alternate the opening and closing of your nostrils as you create a breath that is explosive back out through the open nostrils. So it's like a and you feel the snap of your belly button. So we'll begin with 2 breaths in and out through the nose, no blockage, just simple inhales. Now close your right nostril with your thumb and inhale through your left nostril. Gently close your left nostril and with a forceful exhale out your right. Now close the right and re-inhale through your left. Close the left and exhale through your right. Close your right, inhale through your left. Exhale through your right. Inhale through your left. Exhale through your right. Keep that up now. Exhale out through the right and pause now. Just take a breath in Both nostrils are open, and we'll alternate the nostril breathing on the other side. So inhale through your right and exhale through your left. Inhale through your right, exhale through your left. Right, left. Okay, off you go. Both hands down on your knees and take a moment just to integrate and absorb the alternate nostril breathing. So we're encouraging the balancing of the hemispheres of the mind, polishing the brain, preparing yourself for your day, as well as recognizing how one nostril over the other at different times in your day can be dominant or less dominant. Pause here for a breath. Now finding our next breathwork technique being our breath of fire. So as the inhale comes through the nose, you begin to notice that that breath is passive. You won't even recognize you're doing it because your exhale is forceful back out through the nose with a snap of the belly button. Breath of fire. So we need fire. Fire needs oxygen. We need to stoke it with the inhale and then pump it with the exhale. So inhale through your nose, looks like this, and then up and in, and allowing that breath to be exhaled with some forcefulness. Last 10. Now sit here for a moment and just recognize how the heat of breath of fire wraps around from your spine to your belly button through the transverse abdominis and the deeper layers of your core. The area of your body here which is involved with the third chakra being our Manipura chakra. The seed sound is Ram, so you can feel that as you engage with the breath of fire technique. Now finally here we'll take our mantra kriya being Bum Shankara. This doesn't necessarily involve awareness of your breath. It is a recited mantra out loud. Boom Shankara, but you still want to feel that snap of your belly button in and up. Boom Shankara, 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 boom Shankara. Last one. Well done. Good job. Now take your hands out in front of you, interlace the fingers, lengthen the arms forward and C-shape your spine, broaden across the upper back. Take the hands up to the ceiling, lift and lengthen, twist to the right, twist to the left, side bend and side bend before we come down to cactus arms. And let's start to warm up the spine. Inhale. Open the collarbones wide, retract the shoulder blades and spread the fingers. Exhale breath, thumbs in, hook the fingers over the top, C-shape the spine, elbows towards your belly button. Inhale, peel open, lengthen along the spine, and then exhale, dome the upper back, hug into a small ball. So inhale, exhale, inhale, and an exhale. Thanks for the love, everybody. Inhale. And an exhale. I apologize, I can't see anyone's names because I am practicing all the way over here, guiding you, and won't be as interactive as other TikToks. It is more of a class style setting. Final breath there to open up. And now this time we will start to move through the spine by placing the hands on the knees, doming the back, chin to chest. And then on the inhale, come forward, open the throat, look up. So just moving along your spine. This is natural movement. So it should just feel quite organic, quite engaging and empowering as you start to notice how your spine feels. Of course, we've been activating through our Kundalini practice the Ida and Pingala Nadi, which are probably the best known nadis of the body. But the Sushumna channel is the mama. It is the one, and it runs up the center line, and that's what we're really engaging with here. Well done. Let's take the hands up to the ceiling, inhale, twist around to the left, exhale breath, right hand, left knee. The exhale breath is the twist, and then on the inhale, we come back slightly to center, we lengthen through the spine, and we once more find that deep twist around to the left on the exhale breath. Take your right arm straight out in front of you, point it out forward as we come back to center. Lift the left arm up and over, cross your elbows. Hold your shoulders or wrap your arms up in your eagle wrap. Now press your forearms towards the wall in front of you as you take a breath here, and ever so slightly take your combination of arms over to the right, giving you a big deep stretch through the shoulder joint and the upper area of your shoulders, and then back through center and take it to the other direction. Good work. Uncross, unravel, inhale, lift up. Let's go around to the opposite side now. So left hand, right knee, right hand behind you. Rotate and twist around. Inhale comes back to center. That's where we find our length through our spine. And then with the exhale breath, we twist around to the right. And then we let the left hand extend out as we come back to center. It's pointing forward. Right arm up, cross the shoulders. Wrap the forearms up, lift the elbows to shoulder height, and press the forearms towards me at the front of your room. And then take your forearms, your combination slightly to the right, almost like, 1 o'clock combination. And then as we come back through center, we go to the left and it's like 11 o'clock. And all of the stickiness in our shoulders becomes quite apparent. Uncross, unravel. Let's do a few Kriya Kundalini practices to target and warm up the body, coordinate the breath, and then we'll move into some more well-known yoga poses. So take your arms out to 60 degrees. Spread wide across your chest and draw a breath in here. This is called cleanse and activate Kriya. So there is simply a breath connection here. There is no mantra. You want to bring all your fingertips together to create a mitten-like mudra where you're thinking you're about to slip on a pair of mittens. As we extend the arms out, this is the end range of the pose. Drawing the elbows in towards the side body is where we start. And it is an extension of the right arm and an inhale breath as it goes out, draws back in, and then with the left arm, it's the exhale breath out your mouth, and then we draw it back in. So build the pace. Arms out long and hold. Now feel the heat that the legs have created here. Feel the Kundalini energy, the shifting, the positivity rising as it smashes through all of the negative limiting beliefs. Sit bones grounded, lengthen and extend. Now from here we'll do a three-part inhale, drawing the elbows in and creating fists with the hands, and then a three-part exhale to cleanse our auric field around us, out the mouth as we create stop signs. Shh, shh, shh. So we're pressing away negative energy. We're drawing inhale breath with positivity, hugging in the elbows towards the side body in a staggered 3-breath inhale, and then an exhale. Shh, shh, shh. Pressing away negativity. So inhale up for positivity. Shh, shh, shh. Press away the negativity. Shh, shh, shh. 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 Last 5. Last few with me. So inhale up, positivity, draw it in. Exhale away the negativity and cleanse your auric field. Empower yourself to be the best version of yourself. Shift what doesn't serve you. Keep the arms out long now as you hold, you absorb that, you recognize that. There is all of these limiting beliefs that we all maintain, these lies we tell ourselves. So let those be shifted by this incredibly powerful Kundalini Kriya. Cactus the arms. This one's a little bit of fun. Take your hands into fists. You probably don't want to do this in public because someone's going to think you're crazy. Because it's an inhale, we open up the collarbones and we draw the shoulders back and the arms back. And then with the exhale, it's as though we're smashing away that negativity and we just go like this. So So Kundalini Yoga is all about being comfortable in the uncomfortable and shifting patterns that keep us small, right? So even though it looks odd and it isn't for everybody, it is beneficial to you to shift negative energy away from you. You don't want to be carrying that. We all know what stress and fatigue does to ourselves. We want to shift that, get rid of it, freshen up our bodies, freshen up our minds, and allow ourselves to move in the direction of more. So let's do 10 more. Cleanse your auric field, get rid of the negativity, and let's begin to move into some more well-known yoga poses by coming into our all fours position. Bring your blocks with you, place them at the top of your mat. Just going to shift my bolster out of the way there and get rid of this block for you. All fours is tabletop position, and remember, I am practicing with a broken toe, so my yoga practice is not as active as normal, so it will be back soon, put it that way. So from our tabletop position, let's do a little cow spine. So you tilt the tailbone up, you press through the earth, you look up, you open the throat, and then with the exhale breath, you dome the back, chin to chest, and create a lovely big C shape in your spine. So go through a few of those on your own. This should be quite organic, quite natural. The breath guides you. And then as you close down your eyes, I like to think of this one as called Sexy Cat. Because in this respect, you just want to move in a way that feels super abundant and joyful. Perhaps it targets a few of those areas that feel a little sticky. You get funky with the hands, the wrists, the shoulders. You move in a way that allows you to get nice and warmed up for your practice. So we'll move through a spinal balance series here. It looks a little bit like a poses called bird dog, but it's got a breath coordination to it. So the legs are parallel at the back of the mat. The tops of the feet are resting down. You sit your hips back on towards your heels in a child's pose-like expression. And on an inhale, we shift forward and the right arm and the left leg combination extend. And then with the exhale, you create a fist with the hand and you tap the elbow and knee under your body and then return the hand and knee to the mat. Sit back on your heels and then we start again with the inhale, left arm, right leg combination extend. And then exhale, tap it in and hug it in, and then sit back on your heels. So inhales is a shift and lengthening. The exhale is a contracting and drawing in before we sit back on our heels and we start again. And I'm not quite going back down on my heel because I do have a broken toe and I am modifying my practice, but you can go all the way back. Let's do 2 more on each side. Target the core. Let that area of the Manipura chakra, the seed sound ram, to activate. Get that fiery element shifting inside of your body. Because fire is transformative. It is uplifting. It wants to shift the energy. Last one. Nice work. From our tabletop position, cross the ankles behind you and step the knees further back to find length down the back body. Let's take a few tricep push-ups here to target the core and the triceps as we move and coordinate with our breath. So look forward, inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, bend the elbows, lower halfway down. Press back up, inhale, and then lower halfway down, exhale. Let's do a few like that. So tricep push-ups, cross the ankles behind you, bend the elbows, lower halfway down, press back up. Lower halfway down, press back up. Lower halfway down, press back up. Last one. Good work. Nice and long through the spine. Uncross the legs behind you. Lower the chest and the chin down and then slither forward onto your tummies into a cobra position. Take your hands out wide onto your flooring and lift the chest on an inhale breath. Proud collarbones wide here, nice and strong in the back body. And then lower the chest back down. Coming back through to your tabletop position and then tuck the toes. Unfortunately, I can't tuck all my toes with my broken toe, so I'm going to favor myself on the right leg. So I've got a big bend in my knee. But in your down dog, you want to be active in the knuckles, engaged in your wrists, lengthened along the arms, and engaged in the shoulders as well. Tone in the abdominals and lifted in the hips. Chest to thighs, head hang heavy, look at the big toes. So let's step the left foot forward and lower the right knee down into a low lunge. So take your blocks beside your ankle, shift the back knee away from you, and proud your chest forward. So pressing into the blocks, lunging the hips forward, but feeling super anchored and supported here. Find that breath now. Find the focus on the horizon. And take a few moments, a few breaths. Another deep breath here. As you place your block on the left side more towards your hips, so we come more erect through the spine, take your right arm up and we start to bend over to the left as we continue to lunge into the front knee and ground through the back knee and foot combination to feel supported. Good work. Now from here, take both blocks back a little and let the front leg lengthen and slide it forward for our half splits. So keep the blocks underneath you to find length and lift in the spine. And if there is a little bit of space to texturize the hamstrings, you can lean forward, you can lower the blocks down. But for me, with this broken toe, I'm just modifying and making sure I stay safe in my practice. So I'm grounded through my blocks. I'm lifted through my core, especially. One more breath. So as the back knee shifts forward, the front knee bends and the front foot slides forward. Keep your block under your right hand, twist around and reach back with the left hand. You could stay here, lunge a little deeper, or you could bend the back knee and catch the foot behind you. looking back if that's available to you. If that's not available, just simply look back and reach back. We're going to hold here for 2 deep breaths. And then as you release that foot, bring your blocks with you and shift back now. Now take the back knee forward and sit down on your buttocks. So you're between your back foot, your buttocks are on the mat, and your left leg is long. You could take your brick or your block behind you. You could stay in an upright position. You could fold forward for a deeper texturization of your left hamstring, or you could begin to recline down, lying down on your block and rolling the head back if that's available to you. This is a beautiful chest opener. So if you type all day, if you spend all day on your computer, you want to expand the chest, open up through the collarbones and the front of the shoulders. This is a wonderful pose. Back bends are empowering, they're enlivening, and they are intense. So just take a moment with whatever is available to you. The location of the block is entirely up to you. I like it across the length of my spine, but on the thoracic area, so where the rib cage is. This is not down in my lumbar spine, which is an unprotected area, but some people like the block in the opposite direction across the horizontal axes of the shoulder blades, but for me, I like it vertically. And just giving me that really proud chest for a moment. And the sensation of palpation into the spine is super beneficial. So coming back, meeting our friends here. Now the choice is up to you how you want to get back to a plank position. For me, with my broken toe, I'm going to be mindful. I'm going to shift forward, place my hands forward, step back. But I'm going to go through a modified chaturanga here because I've got my toes. So bending the elbows, lowering my chest and the chin down, slithering onto my tummy, finding my way into my cobra, and then pressing back into the downward facing dog. And again, it's going to look modified if you're wondering what I'm doing. That broken toe at the back of the mat. Just have to be mindful here to step my right foot forward and then lower the back knee down. So made it, or all good. Here we are. We're back on the other side now for our lunge position. So I call this a low lunge. The blocks are there to help support you, lifting the chest, making a really proud expression. Focus off on the horizon. So the benefits here of these lunge positions is this opening across the front of the thigh, because when we open that section, it is a counter pose to our daily lives where we spend in chairs. We sit far too much in our day-to-day lives now. And so the lunge positions are so beneficial for that. And if you can use blocks or bricks, I beg your pardon, or books, they're all B words. I don't know how that's managed to happen. Just some props, that's a P word, underneath you to help lift your chest. It's really beneficial. So we'll stay here for another moment before we find a deep expression of the psoas stretch by taking our block to the right side of our hip, in line with our hip, and we press down into that block to lift the left arm up, and then we bend to the right. So I'll illustrate here. We're stretching, we're lengthening all along this side body in this bended position to the right. But because we're using a block, we're bringing back some reciprocity. So we're pressing back from the earth and engaging. So it's, this sensation of toning at the same time as lengthening and allowing the muscles to hydrate and the tissues to stretch and engaging with fresh energy. Good. Now let's place the blocks beside us as we shift the back knee. And I've just got to do that mindfully because that is the broken toe as we find our Harf Hanuman. So Ardha Hanumanasana here. Front leg slides forward. There are so many options here. You can curl yourself forward. You can pulse yourself forward. You can pretend to step on the gas and take your foot off the gas. And in that process, you really texturize the backs of your hamstring muscles. Not the backs of your legs where your hamstring muscles are. A couple of moments there. Now I've just realized that one of the poses I did on the other side is going to be very unlikely to be able to be done on this side with my toe, but I will have a look at where we go. So let's just take a moment here. So using the support of the block, sliding the front foot forward to come onto that foot for support. Take your blocks forward a little. Beg your pardon, just moving mindfully with this broken toe. Bend the knee and you can reach back for the foot, draw the foot in, or if you're not able to reach back for the foot and bend the knee, you could reach back like this, or if none of that's available, stay in your lunge position. It's about 10 days ago that I broke the toe, and what's been interesting is I've been impressed by the way I've healed. It's just that it's so omnipresent having a broken toe, because walking is difficult. You start to favor certain aspects of of walking. You sit a little more, and all of this sort of inactivity for someone like me who likes to be active can be very depressing, yeah, as well as just the general constant shift of pain. Okay, I'm going to try this pose on this side. I'm going to shift the knee forward and start to lengthen the leg out in front of me, and I'm just going to mindfully lower down. Okay, I found it. It's okay. All right, so I'm sitting down on my buttocks. The back foot is tucked with the sole of the foot pointing to the ceiling. I'm not going to go back here because I can already feel it's going to pinch on that toe. I'm going to stay upright, and that could be that fold forward for you here as well. It's beneficial for me to do these kinds of things because it's allowing like the knee to get another little warm up and movement, and the thighs, because for me this is the second little toe, and that outer edge of the leg is where the pain has radiated up into because of the favoring of the way I've been walking and limping. One more breath. I think my coffee's kicked in today. I'm very chatty. Sorry about that. Let's take a moment here to find our proud chest, and then we'll be maneuvering our way to a high plank into our Vinyasa flow. But for me, it's going to be done rather clunkily. I'll bend my front knee, come forward onto all fours, stepping back into a longer shape than tabletop, bending the elbows, lowering down chest and chin, and coming through into Cobra, Bhujangasana, and then pressing back into tabletop and finding our way onto our buttocks, into our seat, and take a moment here. So good morning, everybody. Thank you for your practice today. We will be concluding the class with just some nice little bit of breath work, and then I will let you head on out into the rest of your day, whether that's your afternoon, evening, or like me, it's the morning and it's time to get started for the day. Hands on your knees, cross legs, comfortable seat. If you noticed, I sat on a blanket and a cushion, elevating my hips, allowing my knees to get below them, and feeling super supported and comfortable. Let's look and explore the internal dimension of our bodies now with prana and apana vayu. So these are 2 of the 5 breaths and winds of the body, I beg your pardon. And these are the movements. These are the way that we feel the shift. When we say wind, we think about how it moves the energy around us and directionally what goes on. So the pranavayus are the name, but the 2 particular here we're dealing with is, again, the word pranavayu and apanavayu. Pranavayu we think of as the upward current, and its mudra is the ring and pinky finger coming to touch, and the peace fingers away from you as the hands face the ceiling, and you draw a breath in. And then with the exhale breath, you take the 2 middle fingers to touch with the thumb and point the pinky and the index finger away, and you exhale and flip the palms down. So we inhale, open up, and exhale, we ground down. Pranavayu, inhale, pinky finger, ring finger, and thumb touching. Switching with the exhale breath to the 2 middle fingers and thumb touching, and the hands facing down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And an exhale. And our final breath work here will be Sukha Shunya. So we want to take the inhale and the exhale as short sips of inhaled air through our nose and our mouth, alternating 4 in each, till we've counted 8 all the way through the inhale, and then 8 sips of air out the nose and the mouth, alternating for that same 8. So it's in 1, in 2, in nose, in mouth, in 1, in 2. So that's 6, 7, and 8. All right. So I like to draw my chin towards my chest for Sukha Shunya breath work. So inhale through the nose for 1 part, in the mouth 2, in the nose 3, in the mouth 4, in the nose 5, in the mouth 6, and the head starts to lift, in the nose 7, in the mouth 8. So that's the full inhale breath. And now we begin with the exhale. Exhale nose, 1, exhale mouth, 2, exhale nose, 3, exhale mouth, 4, exhale nose, 5, exhale mouth, 6, exhale nose, 7, exhale mouth, 8. Off you go. Inhale. One more on your own. Going back to your center. Now, final piece of the puzzle today will be our chakra trikona bandha 1, where we'll be integrating the 3 lower chakras on our inhale breath with a mantra recitation, and then the exhale breath, the awareness remains through the 3 lower chakras. So take your hands onto your knees. The pelvic floor muscles are the first to be engaged as we recite the mantra LAM for Muladhara chakra, and the inhale breath is there. Then the VAM is the second mantra for the sacral chakra, Svadhisthana, and then RAM for Manipura chakra. And we think of this engagement of bandha. We're lifting here, we hold, and then we release, exhale breath. Ha. So LAM, VAM, RAM. There's this core engagement, pelvic floor muscles are on, and then release. Ha. So LAM, VAM, RAM. Release. Close your eyes. LAM, VAM, RAM. Release. LAM, pelvic floor on. RAM, awareness in the sacrum. RAM, awareness at the core, and release the breath. Awareness in pelvic floor. LAM, awareness at the sacrum. VAM, awareness at the core, hug it in. RAM, these are mantras you recite out loud, so we're targeting earth, water, fire. We begin with LAM, VAM, RAM, hold, release. One more. LAM, VAM, RAM, hold, and release. Good work. Take a moment, take a breath, and well done in your practice today. Bring your hands to your heart space, chin to chest. Thank yourself for showing up. Thank yourself for integrating and expanding and allowing yourself to shift some of those default patterns of behavior and the limiting beliefs that hold us back and keep us small. Kundalini yoga is about movement in the direction of more and movement in the direction of prosperity. So more abundance, more joy, more happiness, more kindness, more caring, more love, and more creativity. Thumbs to third eye, chin to chest. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Greet this beautiful version of yourself and the remainder of your day with the Hindi word Namaste. Thanks for your practice today, everybody. A pleasure joining you, and I appreciate those of you that have stuck around for the class. All of my classes are filmed for YouTube as well, so there is a dedicated channel there with the live streams recorded, so you can practice these anytime. And also I am live streaming on other platforms as we speak, including Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, all of which is an opportunity for you to connect and keep engaged with me. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm about to do my morning ritual over to the right here, so if you'd like to stick around, you're welcome. It takes about 10 minutes, so I'm just going to rotate the camera around and we'll get going in about a minute or so. Thanks very much, and I'll catch you again real soon. Bye for now.